One word, three syllables. Momentum. People need momentum. People need motivation. They need to feel encouragement. They need to feel like they are winning to keep the ball rolling.
Maybe you have to work hard after hours on a side hustle for 3, 6, 12 months. Then you're debt free. Then it's your choice. Do I want to do that? If yes, awesome. If no, then stop. The day you pay off all the debt, stop doing it.
It's better for them that you settle, that you give them a portion of the debt owing so that that account is off of their books, than it is for them to continue pouring effort and money and resources into actually collecting that debt. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning with zero debt. No credit card payment, no clothing account, no buy now pay later account, no personal loan, nothing. How would that make you feel? For many people listening today, debt has become such a normal part of their life that they can't imagine life without it. But what if debt freedom is closer than you think? Welcome to the Understanding Money podcast. We exist to empower people towards financial freedom with hope for the future. Now, before we start, we really work hard to produce a valuable sub 20-minute episode every second week. And if you've enjoyed it, but if it's helped you, help us help others by sharing the message, subscribing, liking, commenting, and engaging with our content. We would really appreciate it, and it would really help us get the message out there. So in the past few episodes, we've spoken about margin, we've spoken about budgeting and why budgets fail. We've spoken about betting, and we've introed debt. And today we are going to speak about the methods and tactics you can use to attack your debt. Ruan, just recap for us. Why is debt such a problem?
Debt is a massive problem. Funny enough, most people think debt is a money problem, but we see it as a future problem. The reason for that is because debt steals tomorrow's income, your future income. Think about it. When you finance something today, you're spending money that you've not earned yet. So essentially, future you is paying for present you and your spending. And eventually you wake up and realize that you've already spent next month's salary. And that's before you've even received it. So essentially what debt does and what the problem is it reduces your options. It creates stress, it limits flexibility, and that is exactly why we want to get rid of debt. Not because debt makes you a bad person, but because debt keeps you from moving forward.
Before we can attack debt, we need clarity. So take out a piece of paper or open up an Excel and list every single debt you have. Don't consolidate it, don't group it, list everything. Give it a name, show the balance, show the interest rate, and show the minimum payment. And for some of you, this might be the first time that you see all of your debts in one place, and it might seem overwhelming, but it's okay. This is just a start. This is just to get the ball rolling. So we're going to list all of our debts, the balance, the minimum payment, and the interest rate. And like I said, for some people, this might be uncomfortable. But just remember, like we said before, a budget isn't a report card. It is a map. And a map only works when it knows what your current location is. So we need to assess where we are right now. Now, let's speak about the debt payoff methods.
The first method we're going to be taking a look at is called the debt snowball method. This method became popular because it is probably the most simple method out there. And here's how it works. As Martin said, we're going to list our debts. We're going to now rank them smallest balance to largest balance. Going to ignore the interest rates for now and just pay the minimum payment on everything. Then all the extra funds we have available, we're going to attack the smallest debt. Why? Because we're obviously going to be able to pay it off the quickest. And when that smallest debt is paid off, that minimum payment for that debt plus all the extra funds now rolls over into the next debt on your list. Then the next, just like a snowball rolling down a hill, picking up pace as it goes.
Why does the snowball work? Well, it's actually quite simple. One word, three syllables. Momentum. People need momentum. People need motivation. They need to feel encouragement. They need to feel like they are winning to keep the ball rolling. Now, most people don't fail at their debt payoff journey, or they don't give up because the math is difficult. They give up, like I said, because they lose encouragement. They lose that fire. They lose that momentum. And this is what the snowball creates. Because you're seeing the small victories, you're seeing the small accounts go away and fall, and as soon as that falls away, you add it to the next account or the next account, you see the momentum building, and there's hope being created. It's part of why we do this podcast. People need hope to see that they can make it, and that is why the snowball works. Motivation and momentum matters.
Moving on to the second method we got is called the debt avalanche method. This one became popular because it's mathematically optimal. So instead of sorting our debts smallest balance to largest balance, we're going to sort them highest interest first to lowest interest. We're going to attack that credit card first because it's the one that's costing you the most money. It's the one that has the highest interest rate, so that we pay the highest interest first and the lowest last. So why does the avalanche work? The avalanche method usually saves more money because you're attacking the most expensive debt first. The mathematics, the numbers are clear. Less interest paid, faster wealth building, but there's a downside. More often than not, that highest interest rate that we are starting to attack first is the largest balance when you list all your debt. And it can take very, very long before you experience a win, before you feel like you've made any progress, before you taste any real sense of motivation, even though you've been paying this debt and throwing all your excess cash at this for a month, a year, 2, 3 years. And that is the downside to the avalanche method.
So which method is better? The snowball or the avalanche? And here's our answer. The best method is the one you will actually follow. If you feel overwhelmed and you get discouraged and you need motivation, then the snowball is the best for you. You're building that momentum and you're getting the motivation. If you are very disciplined and you love to see the math work for you, then you can use the avalanche. And if you keep to it, great. Either way, the most important thing is that you are paying more than the minimums, because the minimums are not designed with you in mind. It is designed with the creditor's benefit in mind. It is designed to keep you in debt for very, very long. You are staying within the interest window and not really cutting down the capital when you do minimum payments. Now, to be honest, for us, we have seen and we prefer the snowball method when we've seen it work better, because we are people, and there is just something that happens when momentum builds and your desire grows and that fire within you grows, and you're seeing how you are getting closer to the end, that you're just pushing even harder just to get there. And math doesn't provide that motivation for us always. So the snowball method helps you build momentum and ultimately can get you to the goal quicker than the initial math will show, because you're going to see how you're going to get to the end much sooner.
100%. That's amazing. Thanks, Martin. So now we've discussed some methods, what we'll do when we want to pay off our debt, but we also have what we call the understanding money debt tactics. And the tactics going to accelerate how we just absolutely destroy your debt. Tactic number 1. Cut spending. And this is so important. It's easier to cut spending than to increase income. This is an easy win. Subscriptions, eating out, we've chatted about this, guys. Cut the spending. Every rand you save is a rand that is on the budget. It's in the bank account. You don't have to earn that. And there's so many ways to cut your spending. For a full breakdown of all the ways to cut spending, go watch episode number 3 of the Understanding Money podcast, where we gave you the ins and the outs of cutting spending, of creating margin to have that money extra left over at the end of the month. Martin, tell us, what is the second debt tactic?
Tactic number 2 is stop investing. We are not going to invest into our retirement annuity or tax-free savers or into unit trusts or ETFs, whatever it may be, or into our properties, we are not going to invest at the moment. We're not going to save for big goals or save for that property. We're going to stop with that for now. We are going to pile all the cash we have into that debt to get it paid off. We want to get out of it. We don't want to be slave to the lender anymore. So we are going to stop investing for now. Once the debt is paid off and we have the emergency fund in place, we're going to start building the investment habit again, and we're going to turn that back on. But for now, we're going to stop investing and pile our cash into our debt.
Debt tactic number 3. Verkoop dinge. Sell some things. Guys, if you're living alone, ask yourself, you got a husband, you got a wife, chat to them, partner, decide how hard you want to go at it. Because you can go and say everything that's not bolted to the ground is going on Facebook Marketplace. Or you can take a more relaxed approach and just walk through your house and have a look at, ask yourself item per item, when last did I use this? I'm not saying sell your bed. You obviously use that every day. You're using the couch, using the dining hall table, you're using the fork and the knife. That's not what we're getting at. It might be prudent to sell the golf clubs or the mountain bike. And as a nice little motivation, sell the clubs, get out of debt, and then when you have the cash saved up, buy more expensive clubs, but cash. That's what we're trying to get at. So walk through the house, have a look at the garage and see what are the things here that I used 2 years ago. What are the things that I used to use that I don't use? It's literally just here. Could be money, it's not. Sell it, get that pile of cash, and then we move from there. So where are we now? You have now done the first 3 debt tactics. We are spending less. It's beautiful. We are not investing. So all that money we now have available at the end of the month. We're also now sitting with some cash. Got cash on hand because we sold some things. Martin, tell me, where are we going from here?
The fourth tactic is not a commonly known or used one, but unbelievably efficient and can save you a lot of money. The fourth tactic is settlements. What is settlements? It's picking up the phone, phoning your creditor, phoning your bank, phoning the lender, saying that, hey, the balance outstanding is 5,000. I have 3,000 Rand right now that I can put down and we can settle this debt right now. Will you take it? Because most often than not, your bigger organizations will take the settlement, even if it's 60, 70, 80% of the balance, because it's more effort and resources for them to pour into collections and debt collections than the benefit is for them to actually just get a settlement on the amount. It's better for them that you settle, that you give them a portion of the debt owing so that that account is off of their books, than it is for them to continue pouring effort and money and resources into actually collecting that debt. 8 times out of 10, the creditor will say yes. 8 times out of 10, if you have a 30k debt outstanding and you tell them, look, I can put down 22k right now. That's the cash I have on hand. Can we settle this today? You send me a statement to confirm it's done. Most often than not, they will take it. So take the chance. Worst thing that can happen is they say no and you have to pay the full debt, which is fine. You went into it. You made that decision. We're going to hold ourselves accountable to that. But if we can get that few thousand Rand off on each balance, just because we can settle it right now when we have the cash, and that's important, you need to have the cash to actually settle it on that day, there is massive benefits and savings to be made.
Moving on to number 5, we're going to consolidate some debt because, as Martin said, we've now settled some debt. We still have some debt left. And why are we going to consolidate debt? Well, we want to streamline things. It makes it a bit easier, but it's just going to accelerate that journey so much more. How does that work? Let's say, for argument's sake, you have a bond with your bank of choice and the bond outstanding is 800,000 Rand. But the market value of that property exceeds $1 million. And you look at your debt, your personal loan, your credit card that we couldn't get settled, and there's 200,000 Rand outstanding. You are 200,000 Rand from being debt free. Obviously the house excluded, but getting away from these things. We can actually consolidate that debt and move that 200,000 into the home loan. But now you might be thinking, well, I'm paying off the personal loan in 5 years, I'm paying off the home loan in 20. How's that to my benefit? Well, if we keep the home loan for 20 years, honestly, it's not. But that's not the plan. The plan is to pay off all your debt, home loan included, as quickly as possible. So why are we then telling you to do this? Because to be honest, your home loan, let's say you got prime -1, current climate 27th of June 2026 in South Africa, that means 9.5% versus your personal loan of 30%. Also, very easy for a 10,000 Rand repayment to then turn into a 2,000 or 3,000 Rand repayment. And just like that, just by consolidating that debt, you now have an extra 7-8 grand available per month. Guess where it's going? Into the home loan, over and above what you're already paying per month, because you want to pay that debt off as quickly as possible. Now, for some of you, maybe you don't have a bond. Maybe the bond's maxed out, so you don't have the option of putting the money into the bond. Phone your bank. Say, listen, Oaks, got a credit card, bit of overdraft, bit of a personal loan. Can we consolidate this into one loan? Give me a favorable interest rate. Help me help you. Let me pay this money back. You don't have because you don't ask. Just pick up the phone and ask them. This is where I'm at in life. If we play out this game, maybe you get your money, maybe you don't. But I want to pay it back now. Don't have all the funds. I'll give you extra. That's what I'm bringing to the table. Can't you maybe put all these different things together? Give me a favorable interest rate. Even if they just bring it down from 30 to 25. Doesn't have to be all the way to 10. But any gain we can get is going to add value at the end of the day. So having done all this, we are efficient, we are streamlined, we have the best possible strategy. Martin, is there anything else we can do?
Yeah, like Ruan said, these tactics that we mentioned now, we've mentioned from most favorable to least favorable, or most helpful, easiest win to most difficult win. And once you've actually put these 5 into place, what else can we do? And the 6th one is actually a very simple one, but not as simple in practice. It's getting extra income in. It's getting an extra job at night, or putting that overtime in at work if you get paid for overtime, or working a bit harder to get more commission, however your job structure is set up, doing some extra jobs here and there just to get some income in. The intensity is up to you, but we want to get out of debt. We don't want to settle or just be fine with chilling, or no, I want to be working some of my Saturdays if I'm in debt to make sure that the family is looked after, or that my financial position will be in a better place so that I can wake up being debt free. So we're going to put effort into getting that extra income as well. And that is going to seriously accelerate your process. But do remember that it is easier to cut your spending to find margin than it is to find extra income. So that's why we started with that at the top.
Love it. So now we've got a challenge. What is your challenge this week? You've got your budget, you've listed all your debts, you've got your interest rates. Go watch episode 3. Cut your spending. Phone your bank, your asset manager, your financial advisor, your grandma, whoever it might be that's running your investment. It would be quite cool if it's your granny. But anyway, stop that debit order. We're going to stop investing. Walk through the house. Go through the garage. Put things on Facebook Marketplace. Phone some friends. Oaks, you want this? It's going cash only. Get cash on hand. Start phoning your creditors. Ask them for settlements on the clothing account, the personal loan, whatever it might be. Phone each and every institution regarding each and every account and tell them, 50K outstanding, I've got 28,500 cold hard cash right now. You don't have to phone me. I don't have to dodge your calls. You don't have to pay someone to come look for your money. I'll give it to you right here, right now. Then try your best to consolidate. Phone your bank. If the settlements is out the way and you're left with more, try and see if there's a consolidation that could add value. And most banks have these services. You will have a private banker, or they will have someone that they refer you to whenever you ask the question. So phone in, ask them, say, this is what I need. Can you offer this service? And Maybe ponder an extra job. Maybe you have a skill set that you can monetize after hours that's not a conflict of interest. Always want to honor our employer, do the correct thing. When you're at the job, you focus on the job you get paid for. But you have time before and after work. Can you leverage that? Even if just for a season. Maybe you have to work hard after hours on a side hustle for 3, 6, 12 months. Then you're debt free. Then it's your choice. Do I want to do that? If yes, awesome. If no, then stop. The day you pay off all the debt, stop doing it. So that is the challenge for this week. We have given you the understanding money debt tactics. Run through them one by one and just see how they make your life easier. So with that being said, where are we now? It's important to understand that becoming debt free is not instant. It happens over time, one payment at a time, and it won't happen today, but it can start today.
Thank you for joining us today on the Understanding Money podcast. Like we said at the start, if you enjoyed it, if you found it valuable, please share, please subscribe, please hit that like button or comment. Send us an email. You'll see in the comments or in the description, our email address is there. Send us an email. If you have a question or a specific topic you want to discuss, we are super keen to hear what you have to say. But until then, give every rand a job.